All right, Grenada, Carrico, Pity Monding, and the rest of the world, I'd like to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program. People, this is where it all happens. We are talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey. Yes, of course, we are asking your, begging your indulgence and your tolerance with regard to our blank background for the moment, all right? Imagine people meeting me, Mikey, what you doing with the background? What going on? What going on? Don't give me a 2 minutes, man. Yeah, oh, the beard growing, boy. Give me a 2 minutes, you know what I mean? We are sorting out things, and you know what? Just hold on. Yeah, don't mash it. I mean, I can give all you a preview of how our set would look, you know, but nah. You know what I mean? Then we take 2 minutes and organize with thing. Ain't that serious? You understand? So anyway, people, welcome. It's been a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure to be with you on the program. You know what I mean? I mean, there are so many people who are out there who are having hard times in life and so on, and you know, who generally have bad days and so on, and you know, sometimes you just want to relax and get some good information and chill out, and it's not too serious, you know what I mean? So that's what we're here for, you know what I mean? It's not too serious. We don't try to make no stoosh program, you know what I mean? Nah, we try to make it as fun as possible. Yeah. So for all of you who are here and you're probably viewing the program for the first time, we would like to say thank you for so doing. And for those of you who are always on the business, well, of course, again, we'd like to say thank you as well. So let's get into the headlines and see what's making the headline right now. So we have the Grenada national swim team ready for the OACS championship this weekend. Also, we're going to tell you about phase 2 of the Coconut Development Project. As well, a 45-year-old Cherry Hill man jailed for indecent assault. We're going to tell you about that. And Catholic Church investigating 2 nuns who returned pregnant after missionary trip to Africa. Sex cult. Cop soldiers storm a Mobe church compound amid claims of child abuse. This is breaking the internet, actually. Yeah, that happened in Jamaica. We will tell you more about that. And an 83-year-old's disappearance in St. Lucia may be part of a land theft conspiracy. So we have that and more to tell you about when we come from our first break, people. So all you brace all yourself. Alright, the thing go nice tonight. Well, as usual. And if you have not yet done so, I would like to encourage you to share the business. Don't try to play selfish and things like that. Share the business, because only when you share the business, that's how other people gets to know that the business is live. Or their friend I lose a little weight, boy, the past 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Woo! Thunder. Wow. What for so? You know what I mean? Yeah, boy. Anyway, that is small thing. So, Olia, we're coming back. And when we return, it gonna be real news in Olia Lily Lolo. So brace all yourself. We're coming back. And Olia, please, share the thing now, man. Share the thing, because if you don't, people miss the program. For some reason, there are some people who don't get to see the notification. And so that's where you come in. Yes, because once you share the thing, then that's how they get to know that the program is live. So let's take our first break, and we shall return shortly.
Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
I'm breaking up with you.
Look, wait.
It's over.
The first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show, featuring live from Nigeria comedy sensation Emanuela Success and the Mark Angel comedy crew.
I've sent the date. See you when I come.
Set the day. Mark the day. Saturday, December 14th. Grenada National Stadium. Get your early bird ticket. Kids under 16, $30. Adults, $50. Kids under 16. VIP tickets, $80. Adults, $150. Get your tickets online at GoToFet, TicketPal, and your regular ticket outlets. Grenada, this one will have you rolling. You, yes you, we welcome you to a new era. Genesis. 31st December 2019, All Year's Night, featuring the headline band from Antigua, the original Burning Flames.
I command you to jump, 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 jump.
Flames. Burning Flames plus more live at the Spice Basket Courtyard. Get your early bird tickets 80 EC. Couples early bird tickets 150 EC. Online at gotofab.com and your regular ticket outlets for a new era. Genesis. You. Yes, you.
It's stylelicious here at Quartz Optical. The best in style and designs for your perfect frame. Converse, Ray-Bans, Kate Spade, Prada, and lots more. Buy any frames and lenses and get a chance to win $2,000 cash. Get it now and pay nothing for 60 days with ready finance. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest and fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Visit our website at www.optical.com to book your appointment today. Offer ends November 24th, 2019.
Alrighty, folks, and so here is a welcome again to those of you who are just joining us. And somebody say, Mikey, your people loyal because for the past few days since you moved into the new studio, we've been having audio issues. There's a hissing on the or hum on the audio, and you have people still listening. Yeah, man, that's you guys. Yeah, you guys are. I mean, you guys impress me every time. You know, I really appreciate you guys. All right. Yeah. So that's small thing. Like I said, we are in the process of setting up our studios. It's taking longer than expected, but it's slow but sure. I'm thinking it would not go beyond this weekend. I guarantee you that it will not go beyond this weekend. All right, good. So only the first thing that I want to tell all you about, boys, this. So the Chinese embassy has since responded to the striking Chinese, the protesting Chinese on the streets of St. David yesterday. So they're saying that it was a little dispute and thing like that they had on work and stuff like that, and they are saying that the steps that these two Chinese took was kind of drastic given the nature of the incident. But now they are saying that that incident have since been sorted out and everybody happy. The story ended, the wire bend. But I am happy to say that I lived in the era when I saw and reported Chinese protesting in Grenada. You know what I mean? That story to tell a child. You know what I mean? Because the kind of thing, I don't know that we would see something like that ever. You understand? I don't know that we will ever see something like that again. You know, there are some things that you never thought you would see. Yeah, it's not like an elephant lifting weight. Well, anyway, let me that talk. No, serious. On a serious note, I never thought I would live to see the day. Boy, and they put up a little sign and thing, and they've been confident and thing. And I tell you now, boy, yeah, no, big up to them Chinese. You know what I mean? Yes. Anyway, let me go. Oh, so the next thing that we have to tell you about is, hey, how we sounding audio nice and clear and thing, or? Hey, how do you sound with the audio? Make sure you crisp and thing, you know, we're taking anything, you know, yeah, anyway. So, the next thing that we have to tell you about, the stage is set, they say, for the 29th annual OACS Swim Championships that will take place in Rato Mill in St. Vincent from November 8th to the 10th, 2019, under the auspices of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Swimming Federation. 5 OACS countries will converge at the Shrewsbury Aquatic Center to vie for the coveted championship trophy. Competing teams from Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, and host St. Vincent will all strive to dethrone reigning champions Grenada to break their attempt at a 5th consecutive win. Well, all the good luck, all the things Grenada come to play our. Now, Grenada's 34-member team departs the island on Thursday morning in preparation for the 3-day competition that gets underway on Friday. Now, Coach Jerson Escobar, Damick Walters, along with team manager Nigel Oliver and GASA President Perron Johnson will accompany the team. The first events of the weekend swims off on Friday evening with the 100-meter freestyle for the 8 and under swimmers and the 400-meter freestyle for the 9 and over swimmers. So we are expecting our team to do real good things out there. All give them a round of applause, please, because they are going to be representing us, not just themselves. They will be representing us. You understand? So yes, we good to go. All right. What else do I have to tell all you boy? The folks out there in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, let me show you them. Look at it on all the screen. I'm chilling and I'm looking nice. So let me tell you what's going on. Tourism Awareness Month is celebrated under the theme promoting career and sustainable livelihoods in tourism. There are several activities planned by the Grenada Tourism Authority, and that is to celebrate the month. Part of these is an environmental initiative whereby a number of trees will be planted in both secondary and primary schools in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. The process started today with the Hillsborough Government School and will continue in the days ahead. Alright, and they say that they wanted to give special thanks and thing now to the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and the principal and staff and the students of the school for making this possible, because the principal and them, they had to cooperate. You understand? And the staff and them, they had to cooperate, and if they don't cooperate, then nothing is going to happen. So they want to say that they are grateful for that. Alright, good. How are we looking for time? We're moving on. Good. The next thing we have to tell we prepared for some flooding and thing last night, but rain didn't come last night. Rain come this afternoon. They say, well, here going on. Anytime that man talk, they say anytime that man talk, the thing just deviating, the thing just diverting. So Nadma understand the role, so they just talk all of these days. And when they talk all of these days, all Grenadians just be happy. All we realize why people talk, why people be calling on Nadma. It's not for lack of information. And let me put it straight. I'm putting it to all you. When all you hear people saying, oh, Nadma don't say nothing and Nadma don't say, it's not because they really want to hear from Nadma, It's because they know when Nadma talk, place mash up. They know once Nadma say weather, the weather does do like a scout, live and gone away. You understand? Like a police, like the weather does be so militant when Nadma talk. So that's why people must be calling on Nadma all the time. But I think now Nadma getting point, so they just talk all and once they talk all the place mash up, no weather again. Thank you for the service. You know what I mean? Well deserved. Oh God, no, but they're working. I think they have really stepped up their game in terms of PR and timeliness of information. You had to give jacket and give jeans she jeans. Yeah, and they're working. Big up to Nadma and the crew. All right, so all we're moving on. Right, so the next thing that we have to tell all about, boy, is that police, they are still seeking your help in locating a man who they say is wanted. You understand? Well, apparently the man don't look at the program last time because I didn't really hear from him and thing. You know what I mean? So we had to put it out there again. That's just protocol. You know what I mean? If when we put the thing there, we don't hear the man don't call and thing like that. We had to put it out there so that he go think. You know what I mean? Because you don't want the police to meet him. Because if the police meet him before you go in, then you might be in problems. And we don't want that. So he probably didn't watch the program. Maybe we didn't have credit. So hey, let me take it down my screen, Papa. Yeah, sorry for that. All right. So all the police, they're seeking your help in locating a man they say that is wanted. Okay. Look at it. His name is Shaman Nelson. All right. And I just want to, before I go forward, give y'all a picture of Nelson. Okay, so that's Nelson here. All right. Yes. So they say they want your help in locating him. He's a 26-year-old and he's a maintenance worker of Boca St. George, and Nelson is wanted by the Criminal Investigations Department St. George's for questioning in connection with a report of stealing. Now he is 5 feet 9 inches in height, slim built, dark in complexion with dark brown eyes and black hair. And anyone with information on the whereabouts of Nelson, you're asked to contact the CID at 440-3921 Police Control, at 911 Central Police Station at 440-2244, or the nearest police station. Alright. Earlier, we was monitoring that thing, and I will show you a 45-year-old who has gotten himself on the other side of the law. And he ended up making like a jail time and thing, Alright, and we monitored that one from our colleagues at Informer. We didn't have the in the paper segment on Friday, and one of them said, "Mike, you God, well, you're accustomed to anything, you have to do like a thing." So we're not able to do many stories. We'll just do one. A 45-year-old Cherry Hill man will spend the next 3 years and 6 months behind prison bars, having pleaded guilty to a charge of indecent assault, an act committed against one of his relatives under the age of 16. Now, the acting chief magistrate, Teddy St. Louis, imposed the jail sentence on Elijah Patrice, a man who is no stranger to the criminal justice system. See what I tell all about those names and them? Y'all think I joking? Naturally. Anyway, let's leave that up. When he pleaded guilty to 2 charges, namely indecent assault and attempt to commit an act, to wit, indecent assault, and the informer said that the incident took place in April in the village of Cherry Hill in St. George's, in a house frequented by both parties, both having lived near to each other. Now, sources are saying that Patrice called the young lady into his house, something that he normally did as a senior member of the family if he needed any assistance. However, on that day, he made certain unusual requests which were denied, and therefore he decided to force himself onto the young lady, according to this report. Now, the information is that the child vehemently resisted and was able to escape his grasp, and later reported the matter to her guardian. Now, the matter was subsequently reported to the police, and Patrice was arrested. Now, during his brief stint in the court, Patrice was reminded that such behavior was not acceptable. He was sentenced to 3 years and 6 months in prison on each count. However, both sentences would run concurrently, and therefore Patrice would spend the next 3 years and 6 months at Her Majesty's prisons. Right, how are we looking for time? Yeah, boy. So name is Elijah. You understand? Yeah, boy. So we're moving on. All right, Olio, how are we looking for time? Let's see the next thing that we have to tell Olio on the program. All right. So, Olio, one of the things that we find that was circulating on social media today is an incident that happened in Trinidad, boy. Yes, look it here, boy. Trouble in paradise. The Ministry of Education, they say, is investigating a report that a 5-year-old pupil of the San Fernando Boys RC School used a blade from a sharpener to slash another 5-year-old on the back of his head. They say that the injured child was taken to the San Fernando General Hospital, where doctors treated and later discharged him. Reports said that the incident happened earlier this week while the children were at school. One boy was seen with a pencil sharpener, which he then broke before taking out the blade and slashing the other. The second child was cut from the top of his head almost to the base of his neck. An official at the Education Ministry told News Desk that the incident had been reported and a meeting was to be held at the school today between the parents, school staff, and the school supervisor. Now, the photograph circulated on social media like wildfire, dog. 5-year-old children in Trinidad, you know. Well, I can't blame them children. I mean, we are products of our environment. Children in a dog. Why, boy? 5 years, you know. Them children, them are still peeing in bed, you know. I never hear that yet. We're moving on. This one pertains to another big story that's breaking the people's internet, and this is a file photo. Now, the Catholic Church launched an investigation into 2 nuns who took a vow of chastity yet returned to Italy pregnant after a missionary trip, according to reports. So if they make a vow of chastity and the lady stayed, does it still apply? Then none might say, well, I made a vow of chastity in Italy, not in Africa, where it's a totally different jurisdiction. The rules don't apply. Lord God. All right, let me get serious with this story now. You know, the 2 women who belonged to different orders in Sicily had both traveled to Africa. You understand? One of the women, who is 34 years old, learned that she was expecting when she went to the hospital with stomach pain. Woman, you doesn't read? What do you mean you don't know? She was transferred to a different order. They say she may just have to leave the monastic life to raise a child. The other woman, who is a mother superior, left for her home country of Madagascar after she was determined to be 1 month pregnant. They say that an investigation had been launched. They say they both breached strict rules of chastity, but the welfare of their children is uppermost. Hold on. And I know some of you go vex me, that is a little face. Hold on. Let me put on my pastor attitude for all you who vexes their face. So, women whose body belongs to them may have made a vow of chastity, okay, and may or may not have given consent to being impregnated or having sex in the natural way that the body is supposed to operate and function, and they go be outcasted like and treated in such manner with scant courtesies and scorn. However, you have others on the other end now, males, sexually harassing children, little boys, against their own will, which is also against the law, and you give them a nice like a transfer, or you give them the pleasures of this whole thing just going away without anybody knowing about it. You know, even making international news and kind of business. How are we treating women and them so? How? Tell me. It almost seems like it is more wrong for a woman to break the vow of chastity than it is for a priest or a pastor or a religious leader to sexually assault a boy or a little girl. That's the kind of system we're living in. Who vex that is all business, you know? I could drink water for the rest of my life, and it can't do me nothing. But I don't make it no sense, dog. Somebody said, preach it, Mikey, preach it. Say it, I want to hear. You know what I mean? Well, I never hear that yet. And I don't want to go on to the whole religious talk. But if that is a natural function of the body, thing happen and it happened the way God meant for it to happen, who are we?
Who are we? Let them ladies and them go, mind their child, make their child, and come back to their work if they want to. Or let them people go through the process. Nothing wrong with that. You have all kind of colorful things being legitimized, and still we're treating our ladies in Christianity that manner, in that way. Yo. Anyway, let's leave that talk. You know what I mean? All you can do me nothing. You understand? All you can take bread from my mouth or drink water. All you. Speaking of which, scandal in Jamaica. Well, there is a church, also called, that's put under the microscope because they say they don't really know what's going on with that church. So police in Jamaica went into there and rescued quote unquote children they say that was in danger. So security forces battled their way onto the Kahal Yahweh church compound on Tuesday. Hold on, let me show the business. Drama for a soda dog. You understand? They say to remove 3 children reportedly in need of care and protection at what has been styled as a cultic stronghold of abuse, sexual assault, and wife swapping. Where do I sign up? Oh God! They say that yesterday was the second raid on the facility located at Lot 144 in Norwood, Montego Bay, Jamaica. They say it brings to 6 the number of minors, including a pregnant 16-year-old extracted from the communal setting dotted with tents, huts, and unfinished buildings. They say approximately 70 followers reside under the same roof, having reportedly abandoned their homes. People, it was drama.
Members of Kawal Yahweh Church blocking the police from taking over the place. The police apparently came to take out a number of children who have been held here. Children are being removed from Yahweh Kawal, where 3 of its leaders were arrested last week. The police have come back today to continue the work that they started last week. The children were used today to block the gates leading to the property.
That Yahweh Elohim Sabaoth reigns. Yahweh, Elohim, Sabaoth.
Watch me girl stand up. Yo, watch me girl stand up when she stands. Yo, we girl ready to fight. We girl ready.
Alright, so folks, so that's what was going on now. They are saying that this church is no ordinary church. They say the amount of things that was happening in that church, dog. So the police was forced to intervene. There are so many allegations and things. You understand that? They say they couldn't just leave alone. So, yeah, boy. We moving on. How we looking for time? And we go again. Telling me. But who you thought is so? Who sent you? I don't understand. All here. So, the next thing that I want to tell all you about, boy, is a story that comes from St. Lucia. No, we've been following that story ever since it burst. All right, of an 85-year-old who went missing. No, sorry, 83-year-old just disappeared. They're saying that his disappearance may be part of a bigger conspiracy to steal the businessman's land.
I'm standing outside the Banana Split, located on the town of Grosley's waterfront, once vibrant during the late 80s and 90s, and owned by 83-year-old Cletus Hippolyte.
Outside the Banana Split, located on the town of Grosley's waterfront.
Fears the worst. New details are emerging, which may point to a possible land theft conspiracy. At Monday's wide-ranging press conference, we sought an update on the search for Cletus Hippolyte from the police press officer, Corporal Ann Joseph.
Well, that matter is still under investigation. Officers are following leads from various angles, but he still has not been located to date.
And the latest on the Soufriere woman arrested for allegedly extorting money and other items from the family?
No charges were preferred. There is another line of investigation that is ongoing. I cannot speak to it right now, but we're hoping that something fruitful will come from it.
And that other line of investigation, NBC Prime has learned, may be a conspiracy to defraud 83-year-old Cletus Hippolyte of acres of property he owns at Anslavedi Canneries. We spoke with his daughter, Chanel Hippolyte, Tuesday morning.
What we do know is that someone has been arrested with regards to trying to defraud my father for land. We're not sure the extent of it. What we do know is that some 5 acres of land belonging to my father was apparently stolen.
The details of this supposed illegal transaction were not disclosed. However, we asked whether there was a connection between this latest arrest and that of the Soufriere woman, whom only a week following the 83-year-old's disappearance was arrested after calls were made to the family to deliver items, including a mobile phone and Hippolyte's medication.
We don't think it's connected, but the person in question was very close to my father. He was seen around with my father everywhere up until the last day when he disappeared.
Yeah, where is the guy now? That's the guy they've arrested?
That's the guy they have arrested.
And the uncertainty of Cletus Hippolyte's fate is weighing heavily on the family.
Obviously, it's a very hard time, a very hard situation. It's been 6 weeks now. We have had no word. We have not seen him. The police have tried everything. They've done everything. They've followed every lead. We have all leads lead to nowhere. We have absolutely no clue. His phone is still off. It still hasn't been used since the 27th of September. Both his bank accounts, both in England and St. Lucia, has not been used. So, and he hasn't had his medication. So I don't know what's happening, but for the 6 weeks, the situation obviously is becoming worse, yeah.
And this contributes to Cletus Hippolyte's family's nagging fear that he may no longer be alive.
We have that fear, but we're obviously hoping for the best. We're hoping that some way, somehow, he's going to turn up. But like I said, considering the amount of time that has passed and the fact that he hasn't had his medication, hasn't used any money, it's the reality of it is not good.
To add more intrigue and mystery to this story, a neighbor, one of the last people to see the 83-year-old before he disappeared, noticed him with a strange package. Easter Cardinal is Cletus Hippolyte's friend and neighbor. They go way back, he says, and they had a chat at the 83-year-old's home the day before he disappeared.
But he was telling me about his electrician. The electrician hasn't come in yet, and he wants to talk to him. So whilst we were there talking, here comes the electrician, calls him on the phone. And when they start speaking, he said, well, he was caught up in traffic, so he wouldn't be available on Thursday afternoon, but he'd be coming back Friday. Whilst we were talking, he left with a parcel in his hand, with an envelope with a big brown bag, and he left.
The electrician visited on Friday, September 27th, in search of the 83-year-old, who was by that time nowhere to be found. But what's interesting is what Hippolyte's friend believes were the contents of this mysterious envelope.
That envelope probably looks like some documents, some papers he wrote, and whatever he went negotiating, whatever. But I never read anything. I never looked into anything. But I saw he had this in his hand. And it was Thursday about 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Land documents, perhaps? And as the search for the 83-year-old continues, a number of questions come to mind. Is he alive without his medication? Is he aware that he is being searched for? And are there more than one person involved in a possible land theft conspiracy? Outside the banana split on the Grosley waterfront, I am Miguel Fabry for NBC Brown.
Thank you very much,
standing
Miguel.
outside the banana split located on the town of Grosley's waterfront.
Yes, thank you very much, Miguel. And that's a really good report done by Miguel there. Some good investigative journalism, might I add. One of the best, bro. It is what it is. All right. So how are we looking for time right now? Okay. Folks, you know I have this thing to give all here, right? It is the hot list, and anyone with information regarding the individuals, you're requested to urgently call 420-8226 or ask them to call 420-8226. Welcome to the hot list. The names are Nadia Simon of Montgay St. George, Joycelyn Pear of Calivini St. George, Kelvin Corsby of Grandin St. George, Livingston Smith of Mount Hartman St. George, also Sheldon James of Lamode St. George, Judy Filbert, Lamode St. George, Ruth Paul, River Road St. George, Dexter Francis, St. Paul St. George, Byron Frank, Vendome St. George, Cheryl Williams, Grandin St. George, Garvey McPhee, Grove St. John, Raymond Lewis, Grand Roy St. John, Sherlan Ambrose, Grove St. John, Shauna Ambrose, Grove St. John, Aston Thomas Maran St. John, as well as Donisha Budd, Hope St. Andrew, Kimron Alexander, Marybo St. Andrew, Crystal Rodney, Grandbra St. Andrew, Alberto Lewis, Paradise St. Andrew, Elroy Fletcher, Grenville St. Andrew, Jenny Samuel, Conference St. Andrew, Brendan Douglas, Harford Village St. Andrew, Sujin Blair, Balthazar St. Andrew, Ricky Lalji, Hope St. Andrew, Errol Rubin, Pearl St. Andrew, Andrel Noel, Chantimel St. Patrick, Alicia Fabian, Soteria St. Patrick, Dagmar Chavez, Westerhall St. David, and Denron George Rocane in St. David. And these are your names for the hot list for tonight. We take a quick break, and when we return, we've got the entertainment and the national report and the weather.
Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
I'm breaking up with you. It's over.
The first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show featuring live from Nigeria comedy sensation Emanuela Success and the Mark Angel comedy crew.
I've sent the date. See you when I come.
Set the date. Mark the day. Saturday, December 14th. Grenada National Stadium. Get your early bird ticket. Kids on the 16th, $30. Adults, $50. Kids on the 16th. VIP tickets, $80. Adults, $150. Get your tickets online at GoToFet, TicketPal, and your regular ticket outlets. Grenada, this one will have you rolling. You, yes you, we welcome you to a new era. Genesis. 31st December 2019, All Year's Night, featuring the headline band from Antigua, the original Burning Flames. Burning Flames. Burning Flames, plus more, live at the Spice Basket Courtyard. Get your early bird tickets, 80 EC. Couples early bird tickets, 150 EC. Online at gotofat.com and your regular ticket outlets for a new era. Genesis. You, yes you.
It's stylelicious here at Quartz Optical. The best in style and designs for your perfect frame. Converse, Ray-Bans, Kate Spade, Prada, and lots more. Buy any frames and lenses and get a chance to win $2,000 cash. Get it now and pay nothing for 60 days with ready finance. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest and fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Visit our website at www.optical.com to book your appointment today. Offer ends November 24th, 2019.
Alrighty, and we want to get you back into... Watch, I finally get in trouble, you know, we go tie up. I want to get you back into our entertainment piece right now, and this is by popular request. Alright, this is young Micaiah and her little friend doing their special song.
Let them see, be the good girl you always have to be, and see, don't feel, don't let them go. Well, now let it go, let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. To the one that slams the door. I don't care what it goes to say. Let's go and try.
right, and that's my niece Micaiah and her friend Iomi. Let It Go, and that's the entertainment piece by popular demand for you guys, and of course I do hope that you enjoyed it to the fullest. And now what we will do is enter into our next segment of tonight's program, which is your favorite part of the program. It is indeed the National Report.
Caribbean Marine Energy Technology Forum looks at cost reduction strategies for marine renewable energy. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, November 6th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. Experts in technology exploration are meeting here over 2 days to advance their agenda and improve the environment for a cost reduction strategy for marine renewable energy. The Caribbean Marine Energy Technology, or CARIMET Forum, is looking at areas like the development and deployment of ocean thermal energy, including seawater air conditioning and kinetic marine energy, such as offshore wind, tidal, and wave. The focus will be on the establishment of practical research and innovation priorities for the next 5 to 10 years, which are supported by measures for coordinating activity across various governments, implementing agencies, funding institutions, and other key stakeholder interests. Dr. Devon Gardner, Program Manager for Energy at the CARICOM Secretariat, spoke to the readiness of CARICOM member states to embrace technology and move away from the traditional way of energy generation.
The bottom line is that marine renewable energy technologies have been advancing significantly, not as fast as, say, solar or wind technologies, but they have been advancing. And the expectation is that given the kind of focus that is now emerging in the blue economy, marine-based technologies for renewable energy are likely to start increasing in terms of their capabilities and their cost effectiveness even more over the next decade. So the bottom line is that externally there is going to be a significant push in terms of the technological options that are now available, and our countries have to be ready whether we want to or not.
Dr. Gardner says since 2013, CARICOM agreed on a common energy policy that speaks to implementation of renewable energy power.
And in fact, there were targets established for 28% of renewable energy production by 2022 and 47% of renewable energy production by 2027. It didn't specify what the source of the renewable energy should be in that power mix. Naturally, we have been looking since then at what the various options are for inclusion in that mix. Within the 2013 policy, it spoke to the exploration and where possible exploitation of marine renewable sources. And we believe that whilst we don't have quantifiable numbers, because we still are a long way yet in terms of determining the resources that are available, we haven't assessed the resources fully to know how much there is. There are already some opportunities to start to figure out what those resources look like and to figure out how the technologies will work.
Executive Director of the Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, Dr. Gary Jackson, says the energy environment is very complex and the vast majority of people across the region do not understand many of the issues that surround it.
And one of the things that the SCREE is trying to do is create an avenue for persons to understand the energy sector, even for the man on the streets. We want to educate the population so the critical mass can understand how to make the transformation. It's a big public awareness and education strategy that we're trying to develop, working alongside with the CARICOM Secretariat and all the other development partners and all the other institutions, the OECS Commission as well. What we understand is that the schools will need to make it a central part of their curriculum. We want to help them to how to navigate that so that the kids can understand what is the change to come. We have to depend on that generation to follow through, to do the transformation. We know we have created a damage on Mother Earth, and we understand that there's a climate action that is required. And what we're trying to do is create an enabling environment for the youngsters to move the transformation forward.
The two-day Marine Technology Forum at the Radisson Beach Resort is organized by the Caribbean Community Secretariat and co-hosted by the Government of Grenada and the Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency. Small island developing states need to become more resilient in the face of the negative effects of climate change. That's according to the Honorable Gregory Bowen, Grenada's Minister for Infrastructure Development, Public Utilities, Energy, Transport and Implementation. He was addressing the official launch of CARICOM Energy Month during the opening of the Caribbean Marine Energy Technology Forum at the Radisson Beach Resort, under the theme Marine Energy at the Center, the pursuit of blue economic development within SIDS. Minister Bowen says the forum is both important and timely in facilitating the creation of ideas and cost reduction strategies for cutting-edge marine renewable energy technology.
The Caribbean region alone covers more than 1 million square miles in total area, and about 91% of this is ocean space. It is not surprising, therefore, that within the region there is an expanding demand for ocean-derived food, materials, energy, and knowledge. And this is driving rapid growth in the emerging blue economy.
Permanent Secretary with responsibility for public utilities and energy, Kim Frederick, reiterated the importance of the observance of Energy Month and the significance of the Caribbean Marine Energy Technology or CARIMET Forum. She says in 2016, Grenada, with the support of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, developed its Blue Growth Coastal Master Plan with a vision to optimize the coastal marine and ocean resources and to become a world leader and international prototype for blue growth and sustainability.
Among the ocean-related economic opportunities identified in the plan is marine energy exploitation, which includes the harnessing of renewable energy from the waves, wind, and sun, together with deep ocean water applications such as seawater air cooling, which I note are all to be addressed in this forum. Transitioning small island developing states' energy systems to sustainable and renewable sources and technologies is inextricably linked to their sustainable development.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Did you join the public service on or after February 22nd, 1985 and have since retired? This might be important to you. Government understands that the NIS pension may be insufficient to take care of your needs. So, while it awaits the court's ruling on the matter of pension for public officers, government has taken action to protect your quality of life so that you can take care of your needs in the meantime. Persons who joined the public service on or after February 22nd, 1985 and serve continuously in an established position for a minimum 26 years and 8 months and retired at age 60 may be eligible to receive an advance payment, which when combined with NIS represents 70% of their last salary. For more information, call or visit the Pension Secretariat in the Department of Public Administration, Ministerial Complex, 440-3767.
Continuing the news, 2 senior government ministers are among 200 delegates currently in Barbados participating in the 9th Caribbean Forum, co-organized by the Caribbean Development Bank, the Government of Barbados, and the International Monetary Fund. CARICOM Affairs Minister, the Honorable Oliver Joseph, is representing Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and is accompanied by Minister for Climate Resilience, Senator Simon Steele. Minister Steele is a member of the panel which is discussing the topic working together toward a disaster resilience strategy, while Minister Joseph will participate in open discussions. Recent IMF analysis identified a 3-pillar strategy for building structural, financial, and post-disaster resilience, and Grenada is one of 2 countries that are piloting a disaster resilience strategy. The other is Dominica. A recent amendment to the fiscal responsibility legislation mandates that 40% of earning from the Citizenship by Investment program be placed in a contingency fund as part of the disaster resilience strategy. The forum has brought together senior policymakers, public, private, and multilateral development partners to explore avenues for regional transformation to include sustainable and inclusive growth. Panel discussions focused on leveraging institutional arrangements to boost regional integration, countries and developing partners working together to build a structural, financial and post-disaster resilience, and on taxation in the tourism sector, as well as developing an appropriate approach to tax incentives. A high-level panel also reflected on the challenges the Caribbean faces in a changing geopolitical environment. And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, Leslie Ann. And it's now time for us to take a look and see what the weather will offer us. Today was a kind of really overcast day. I know that we were expecting a tropical wave to affect us, and that was supposed to be forecast to be actually last night into this morning, but it seemed to have been a little delayed, and we received a lot of rain this morning. And this afternoon to a lesser extent, but I think we went well. I have not had any or heard any reports of major flooding or anything like that, which is really good for us. All right, because these days, boy, yep. So taking a look at the weather, and that was submitted by the Met Office. All right. Alright, let's just process that and see what it says here. It's just taking a little while to show. Yeah, so just bear with us. To the folks on WPG10, we want to say thank you for joining us. Alright, so the weather is mostly cloudy and breezy with the occasional light to moderate isolated showers and a low chance of thunder. Alright, improving by morning. And there's still possibility of flooding in areas so prone. Now tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 23 degrees Celsius. Winds east northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas are moderate to slightly rough, waves 6 to 9 feet in northerly swells. Marine advisory remains in effect. All right, and that's going to be the weather for you. Alright, and folks, so that's basically it for now. I want to big up all the people who are on the live right now. Thank you for joining us. We have run out of time, so we're not able to do the usual big up and thing like that, but big up to everybody on the program, and we want to say thank you, and we are looking forward to having you on the program tomorrow, God's willing, again. Forgive us for all the professional noises and all these things you're hearing. Again, our studio is under construction, and we should be up and running fully at least by the weekend. God bless you. Have a good one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No. Good night, everyone. Goodbye.